Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
And I'm Brianna Motzkus, and we're from the FabriChat.
My daughter and I have owned and operated a busy quilt shop in Washington State for over 20 years. We have a retreat center, an active YouTube channel, and a large pattern line featuring our creations. My two sons work on machines. One daughter-in-law is our videographer, and the other is a long-arm quilter. We are a family that love each other, we laugh together, and every once in a while we get some work done. We have a crew that are saints for their efforts at keeping us on track. Thanks for joining us on our wild ride.
You're just so beautiful.
I keep forgetting. One of these days I'm gonna say some weird random name and get a riddle of what?
What? Are you gonna call yourself Honey Boo?
No. No, I'm not.
She loves it when we call her that.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, we're excited to be together. Last week we were so exhausted from Mother's Day? I think that was the one we watched it back, and both of us were like, oh God.
Yeah. Hot with nice little burn rings.
Yeah. And I was hot yesterday. I had a little bit of I got a lot of sun. Tracy and Deb and I, and you already know this, but we went out kayaking on the lake. It was our first one of the year. It was so beautiful and so sunny, and we went way too far, and then we had to come all the way back. It was really
That's always
fun.
the worst part, because you realize, okay, I'm getting kind of tired. You didn't realize, oh man,
where did we park?
I cannot see land.
Yeah. But at least it's like, the more you talk, we just needed to have brought more beverages with us. Something with a little more, something
go-go juice.
Water. Yeah. Go-go juice. That's right. But anyway, we're not so tired, so we're better this week. So I had a couple of viewer questions and things. So the first thing that we have to talk about, though, and I have not told you this, but when you guys comment on our videos, Brianna never reads that. I read it.
I really am.
Yeah. Sometimes she will when I'll say, hey, this person wants to talk to you about something. But I read them and Brittany reads them. And so we try to respond back. We get a lot, so it's hard to respond all the time. But, we apologize if we miss out. But anyway, bless your heart.
Yes.
No. I heard from... Right? Brittany's over there nodding her head. All of our Southern women say, we mean it just like you do.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, they said, no. I say that all the time, and I totally mean it, and I totally mean it, and I totally mean it. So apparently, we got some misinformation. However, two different people, and I meant to write down the names, two different people said that they kind of know where that comes from.
Oh.
And they said one thing is apparently there was some sort of like an ad campaign that went on down there or something, and it was the Southern women who were, who really meant it kind of in a snarky way. But they said where that came from is that there's this whole thing that a Southern woman is so polite and pleasant that they can, how did she put that? They can insult you and you don't even know.
Yeah.
And that's what they mean by that. Because, and in fact, this was the reference that she gave me. She says, so if you say it this way, why are you so stupid?
Right.
Or, why are you so stupid? Bless your heart.
Right, that's so bad.
Sounds so different, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they mean by that, is if you add bless your heart, you can get away with saying anything. But it doesn't mean that bless your heart is rude. So we stand corrected, us Northerners who say bless your heart.
And mean it.
And mean it. And isn't it funny we add that little Southern drawl when we say it?
I just can't help it.
Bless your heart. But they also mean it. And when you add it behind an insult, it takes the sting out a little bit. So we have been using it correctly, and we can add to how we use it.
It's so much better than, no offense, but bam.
But bless your heart, right? Yeah. And again, my concern was that when I was saying bless your heart,
everyone thought, you nasty lady.
Yeah, I didn't want anybody to think that. So
Yeah.
they weren't thinking that all this time.
Good.
So
Good.
it means what it means. bless your heart.
Fabulous.
And when I say,
Love it.
Brianna, you're driving me crazy, bless your heart. I mean it.
I said it with a hug.
So, clarification. Thank you all. We heard from lots.
Well,
We
good.
heard from everywhere. We heard from Georgia, right? Alabama, Texas.
I love that our call friends are nationwide.
Yes.
And sometimes farther. I just love it.
Yes. Yes.
I love it.
We also heard from somebody from Australia who said, now what?
You say what? They probably think so much of things you guys do over there. I just don't get it.
You Americans.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing we heard. We heard that somebody from Canada calls us the Merkins.
Merkins.
Merkins. But, you know, she said they didn't mean it rudely. But that's
Oh my
just
gosh.
and they spell it with a U. Merkins.
Merkins. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. I got you. Yeah. It's all good.
You were going to say,
The other day, speaking of Canada, the other day, Wyatt, we're putting his books away, and he's got like this collection of dinosaur books, and he said, he comes to me so serious. He's like, Mom, I really want to go see a dinosaur.
oh, right.
Yeah. And I said, you know what? I happen to know they live in Canada. He said, where's Canada? And I said, it's just a little bit up the road, up that way. A couple hours.
Past the cabin.
Oh, can we go to Canada? And I said, yeah, we will. I don't know if we can get into Canada yet because of the whole
We
wearing,
can't.
wearing masks and stuff. He said, oh, yeah. I said, but we'll go see the dinosaurs. They live in Canada. So if somebody asks you, they live in
We
Canada.
have to, I feel like I printed that off.
Yeah.
Because it's in Alberta.
It was funny. He was like, in it. Okay, we'll go to Canada. I said, I do have to figure out how to get my children to the border and then back over the
and
border.
back. So it might not be.
I already get myself a passport. I haven't got it since I changed my name, but.
Oh, yeah.
Because we went to Mexico and then I changed my name when we came back because I had a passport.
Oh, right. You've not been out of the country since you've been married?
No, it's been 5
Honey.
years. I know. I haven't traveled. I know. And all of my Ireland friends and
Is
UK
Robert not
friends
taking
and-
care of you in the manner that you were
Gosh, I
accustomed
know.
to?
I'm accustomed to a far travel. But I'm excited because everyone we know, across the oceans, and everything, I just can't wait to
know, we
say,
can go
hey,
meet some of our new
we are
people.
going on
Hey,
this...
we're coming to see you.
Yes.
Janet, not just you.
I know. We're going on a 2-week vacation.
Water our
and-
meadow. We're on our way. And for those of you who don't know, Janet lives in Hawaii, one of our favorite places.
Yes.
And now we have a pad where we can crash. Show up with our luggage.
Yeah. It's going to be out back if you need us.
We're taking over the yurt. She's going to delete us.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, what did I just do?
No.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm excited because there's a lot of places.
So yeah,
and-
if somebody remembers where that dinosaur, I should turn that off.
Exhibit,
where
museum,
that
goodness.
dinosaur it's an exhibit. It's something. It's some sort of an interactive.
Cool.
It seemed like it started with a D. Drumheller.
I don't know.
That's not right.
So yeah,
Something
so
like
as
that.
soon as the border opens and we can travel and
We are there.
do some things, I'll
I
figure
can't
out
wait to go.
the
I also
citizen.
want to see
I don't know. I bet we just have to get like an ID card. I'm gonna say citizenship card, but I know that's not the right word.
Well,
But
you get your enhanced driver's license.
right, I know for us, but for like the kids, I think
Oh,
I
for
probably
the
just
kids.
need their own little ID.
I think you need a birth certificate.
I probably need all of those things.
You do.
I
Because
know
do you remember
when we
when you remember
flew.
when we came back with you guys?
No.
You don't remember, you were little. We were over
If you had
there.
to have a birth certificate, probably.
Well, we went over. We didn't have to have anything. We still just had our driver's license. You were probably 6, and we were up there. I don't know,
Was
I
that
think
just
went
after
to
we got the
Victoria
cabin?
Island.
Was that just after?
No,
I mean, I
we
used to
went
have it
to
for a while, but-
Vancouver, and we were up there, and we were driving back. And for some reason, and they let you through, and then all of a sudden, like there's some sort of a formula. Every 4th car or something, they make you pull over and they search you for, I don't know what, contraband
I
or
do
drugs or
remember
something.
that one. They were interrogating
took-
me. They wanted to make sure that this was really my mom. And like, we look alike. So
I know we look
don't
alike,
know.
and the boys, everybody looks alike.
Yeah.
But they took all 3
remember
of you
that.
off.
Yep.
To say, are these really your parents?
Do you need to tell me
You know.
anything? Or where'd you guys go?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
super weird.
Yeah, and the boys were like, I think that Jared was thinking of going, no, I've never seen him for my life.
I'm pretty sure he thought about it. But me and Jordan were like,
but then
Jared,
you
just-
were crying.
Yeah. Mom! They took me! Yeah.
You were very much, Harper is just like that
my
whole
gosh,
thing.
I
Do
know.
not touch me. Do not talk to me. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were not a friendly child.
No, I wouldn't say Harper is either.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
too, though.
like, you try to take her.
Yeah.
You try it.
Yeah.
But
So,
anyway, yeah.
And I
you
know
were-
when we flew with
But
Harper,
they
and
told
Wyatt-
us then that we should have had your birth certificates. And that was,
Yeah.
22 years ago.
I'll have to go to the courthouse and ask them. But yeah, even flying, I had to have birth certificates for the kids. When we went to Hawaii in last January, we had them. Nobody wanted them, but it's like, someone is not taking my child. So I didn't even, you just never know. I also think it's kind of weird though, because there's no picture. So how do you really know this is Wyatt William Moskis?
Oh, you're right.
How do you know this isn't, Jeremiah and I just happen to have this? I mean, I don't know.
That is a little weird.
I'm not a criminal, so I don't really think, oh yeah, it's totally due. I don't know. But that's what I think. It's like, there's no picture. How can you really prove? I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, but why? How could you have a picture? What would the picture be of? A baby. This is my baby's picture. Wait a minute.
This baby is
what are you trying to pull?
This baby
does not look like this thing.
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't think like criminals.
No.
Everybody there is going,
I don't know. So
that's what you can pull out. See this?
This is him.
I have a picture of him in my
This is him
water.
and me. This is Dad.
On Santa's lap.
Yeah.
Santa would vouch for us.
So, see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday, I went over to Mom's house and Robert was gone fishing, and so we came over for breakfast and to play in the water and wear him out, and it was so sweet. We were headed back. We had took the little baby kayak
it was
to
so sweet.
The lake, and so we were hauling it back, and the kids, I don't know what was happening.
They didn't want to hold each other's hands.
They didn't want to hold each other's hands, and White was upset because I had a life vest in one hand, and he didn't really want to share my hand with the life vest. I don't know. Theory of a
and he didn't want to hold
Harper's hand. So this
and I had the kayak
lady,
and the dog.
Yeah, and this wonderful lady, she must have been at the RV park or Masters, yeah. And she goes, "Oh, can I help you guys across?" And I said, "Oh, I think it's okay." I said, "They're just don't want to hold each other's hand." And she, "Oh, let me take this." And she was trying to be super sweet. And then my lovely,
I will do it.
Yeah, let me hold your hand. And Harper looked at her like dead in the face and goes, "No," and walked between and just grabbed my hand, and that's all we needed. Oh, fear of God. It was so sweet. Then finally, fine, we'll hold hands to get across the street because that's all we needed to get.
And that's exactly what she should have done, because clearly there's the two of
and
us with the dog and the kayak and the kids and
it was
and a busy highway.
Fabulous. And
super nice.
And she was very nice. Even when Harper told her no, she said, "Well, that's good. I'm a stranger. You shouldn't want to hold my hand."
So
and
nice.
It was so nice. And so she was.
Whoever you are, strange lady.
Yes.
That was super
you
nice.
Loved it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she did exactly the right thing.
Yeah, loved it because we seemed like a hot mess. We really weren't. It was just right there at the side of the highway.
We were.
Yeah, they just had to decide.
Dog wrapping around.
Freaking Lizzie. Where are we going? We going back? We going? Where we going?
There's
What's
still water.
Yeah. She was. So...
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of Stranger Danger Park stuff, I should tell you why Dad is now mad at me again. I know, and all the kids always say the same thing. "Oh, Mom, what'd you do now?"
Yeah.
And it's
Did you
always
bring home
true.
an animal?
I did. Well, I didn't. But so what happened was last week, and you already know about this. So last week I was out working in the yard, and two great big, and our house and the retreat center is right across the highway from the park. So the park and the lake right across from us, 4-lane highway.
It's the main drag to get to our lakes. So this time of year, it's camper after camper after boat after boat. We
live in vacation land.
Yeah.
Is where we are. So, so I'm out working in the yard, and I hear this screaming, and there's massive. That's a hard thing to get used to. Is we didn't scream, and I told the kids all the time, you scream if you're bleeding, and I'll come running. If you're screaming and I come running and there's no blood, someone's getting in trouble. I don't like that screechy sound. I worries me. It makes me instantly, nervous.
Think of danger. Yep.
Yeah, and it goes on constantly at the park. All of this screaming, and I at first I kept thinking, should I go over there? Is there any problems? No? Okay. Anyway, hear all of this screaming, and I look up, and these two big brown dogs come barreling across the highway.
Oh.
One is kind of dragging a leash, the other one nothing, come running over, and then here's these three little girls running after the dogs across the highway. Oh, you didn't hear the story. Oh, yes. Lizzie.
So you have
Brittany's
goosebumps.
going, what? Running across the highway. So I open up the gate, and I call thinking the dogs will come to me and, at least be safe instead of running. And Lizzie, so they did. They come running in, And Lizzie, of course, does the immediate perfect thing. She drops to all fours like, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat.
Don't get me.
And they're smelling her, and they're good. And the girls come barreling in, and I shut the gate. Now, our fence is not quite done. We still had a section of about, 2 feet over in the far corner that we're not done. But they came in. They were all good. And I said to the girls, oh, my gosh, are you okay? And why does this dog not have a leash? And what's happening? She says, oh, and she had it in her hand. She says, oh, he broke his collar and his leash. And I said, oh, well, here. So I take off Lizzie's collar and I put it on the dog, and she says, well, don't you need that for your dog? And I said, no, my dog is not going to run away, and no, we're all good. Oh, and so we're talking about how to control your dog or whatever. And she says, well, I don't have a leash. And I said, well, let me go get you a leash so you can get these dogs home, because these dogs are like out of control. No, they don't listen at all. So I go in the house to get a leash, and I come out, and the dogs are gone. The girls are standing there in my yard. Where's your dogs? Oh, they went out that whole fence. Go get them. Go get your dogs. Go get your dogs. So they run off, get their dogs. About, 10, 15 minutes later, they come back. And, talk a little bit. They get a drink. We chit-chat about the dogs, and, that they, some different rules about, their collar and how they should hold their dogs or whatever. And I said, thinking, you just need to get these 2 great big dogs home, because these girls are little. No, of course not. They go right back across the highway, back over to the park. I don't even know.
Oh, no.
Well, anyway, so this is the new part. Last night, these girls show up. It's about 5. Oh, it's probably not quite 5. Probably 4:45. They show up. Hey, what are you doing? We thought we'd come and play with Lizzie.
It dinner time, sweethearts.
I know. And I thought, oh, okay. So they come in, and so we're chit-chatting.
Did they bring their dogs or just them?
No, not their dogs. It was just them.
How young are these girls?
Oh, this is the important thing. 6, 8, and 10.
No way.
Little. 6, 8. The 6 and the 10-year-old are sisters, and then there's an 8-year-old.
No way.
Where are their parents?
Well, I know. So, see, this is funny.
Where
so
do
here's
you
the funny
live?
thing. Here's the funny thing. Is that, so then I said to them, well, do you just live like up the alley? Do you live
You must be our
right
neighbors.
here?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we live over by the other park.
Oh, my goodness.
They live over on the other side of town. Okay, now town is 1,100 people. It's not very big, but still.
That's like a mile.
All over the place. Yeah, across
that's
the highway.
Quite a jaunt.
And so I said, oh my goodness. And I said, well, so is it, so then I said, well, I have to go in. I have to kind of start peeling potatoes and making dinner. Oh, we'll come in the house with you. Okay, so then I'm thinking too, I mean, that's okay with me. I am not a bad person, but I'm a little worried. My little retired mom and Tana are going, oh, honey.
You should not
And
just
so then I
trust
said to them,
me.
I said, you should be careful around strangers, because how do you know that I'm not creepy? We know you're not creepy. What is your name anyway? And I said,
Oh, honey.
oh, my name is Cindy. Oh, okay. And I said, and tell me your guys' names. So they told me their names and verified ages and who was sisters or whatever. So we go in. And, oh, do you have something to drink? Yes, I do. Well, they'd never had green tea before. I thought that sounded a little weird. And I said, don't taste it. You'll like it. So they had green tea, and then I took out the tin of chips. I have all these little mini bags of chips. So they're eating chips and eating more chips.
You're ruining their
I know.
dinner.
And then they see the big glass jar full of all of Dad's snacks. Oh, you have ding-dongs. Yeah, would you like a ding-dong? So I'm giving, I know, and it's funny, so this whole mom thing, it goes out the window. Now it's all into Nana. What? Chips and ding-dongs? 5 o'clock? Course.
Feed these babies.
I know. And so then I'm cooking dinner, and then Dad shows up, and Dad comes walking in, and he's looking.
Like, who are these?
He kinda sits down on the couch, and he's, reading the news, and he's just kind of watching, listening to the conversation, and I'm making dinner, and we're talking about dinner, and then finally, and then they said, well, how old are you? And I said, oh, and I knew the number because we had just talked about it. And I said, oh, I'm 57. And they all screamed, what? And I said, yeah, you look 30.
Oh, suck-ups.
Oh, well, they're young. They're babies.
They have no idea.
They're babies. They have no idea. I don't know what 30 looks like.
No.
They just, that sounds so old. 50.
You don't look like this old lady.
Oh
in
my
retirement
gosh, your
home.
life is almost over. You're so old. You're not that old. Anyway, so,
Where's
whatever.
your walker,
So I
Cindy?
know. So I look over at Brian and go, And they go, well, how old are you? And he said, well, I'm 58. Wow, really? And then he takes off, shows his hair in his butt. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see it now.
And so then I said, so I said, well, you guys probably need to be heading home for dinner. No, we don't have to go home. And I said, well, I have to make dinner for Brian, and so I'm going to go ahead and scoot you guys on your way. But take some chips to, with you if you're still hungry. Of course, ruining their dinner. Because if they're not going home for dinner, I don't know what their plans are.
Yeah.
And so she says, one of them says, well, what time do you get home? Because we're out of school. Oh, no. She says, we're done with school by noon, so we'll come see you tomorrow. And I said, no. At noon, I'm still at work. Well, what time do you get home? And I said, oh, probably not till 5. Well, we're coming over at 5 every day.
Oh, look at that.
I know. And I look over at Brian, he's kind of going, what? So off they go.
You city living.
I know. Every stray animal, every stray child, so off they go. They go out the door. And Brian looks at me and he says, well, what are you going to do now? And I said, well, it's obvious. I have to go buy more chips. Ding dongs.
They need their snacks.
We're out of snacks.
Lots of them love that.
I know. I think these girls, though, the whole running around town thing, and maybe
They're
that's
so
what,
little,
maybe
though.
that's what small town. That's young, right?
So, no! Eliza would never be.
No.
I don't care.
No.
She's not allowed to cross the street over.
No.
No.
And I think about this because 50 years ago, we used to have our bikes, and we would bike all over town.
It was a totally different world.
It was a
back
totally
then, though.
different world back then.
I mean, you could have guns in the back of your truck in the high school parking lot.
Yeah.
Because you knew you were going to go, hunting.
It was
rock sharks
very
after school.
different. Yeah, it was very different. But I don't know. So now I don't know what the rules are. But what I thought was really interesting is that as a mom, if this were 30 years ago, I would have loaded those girls up in my car. I would have asked what their mother's name was. I would have taken them home. I would have probably done a little bit different. But as a grandma,
I know, I'm going to take care of these kids and feed
you
these
need a
kids.
ding dong.
I get that.
Yeah. Not even a healthy snack. I mean, it was just, I sort of lost my head.
Because I was wondering, did you send them home with a letter? Say, hey, this is my name. This is,
I want to let you know that they willy-nilly walked right into a stranger's house. Right.
And it's okay. I mean, but you never know who their parents are. I mean, if they're 6 or 10 and wandering miles from home.
But do you think the parent knows that? I don't believe that our mom knew where we were during the day. And how many times we crossed the railroad tracks, and how many times.
You just always wonder how the mom was going to react.
I don't know.
I don't know. I would probably write the mom a letter.
We're
And say,
all
hey.
helicopter moms.
I'm so bad. But I feel like it's hard. Because, what kind of child are you raising? Am I raising, I'm questioning.
Free spirit?
I'm questioning Harper some days. Wyatt, he is super sweet. He apologizes. He tells me he loves me. All of this stuff. And he wants to do the right thing. And then there's Harper. Stone cold killer. I asked her, do you want to spank him? Yes, I do. Oh, I'm going to go potty. I'll be right back. Honey. And here's why.
Is a
Mom,
leader.
Harper wants a spanking. Yeah, I know. But now I feel like I can't give it to her because she wants it. I don't know how to handle this.
No. You're standing in the corner instead.
No, I'm going to take your
The more
food.
you try to get the upper hand, the more she's going to take
Oh my gosh, I know. I don't
You
even
are raising
know.
yourself.
Oh God. Oh. Nope.
So funny.
It's like, honey, I have to figure out different questions to ask her, and I know.
It's so funny, that whole I'm the mom thing is so funny. She did that when we were
Oh,
at
at
the
the
park on
park.
Sunday.
Mom loves it.
Yeah.
The little fly on
it's
the
so
wall.
funny. I'm pushing her on the swing, and Wyatt is over on the jungle gym, and Wyatt yells, "Mom!" And Harper says, "Do you need me, Wyatt? I'm coming. But first I'm swinging. First I'm winging.
I'm winging.
And then I'm coming, Wyatt." And it's like, no.
I know.
That's for Mom. And you do not exist. Coming, Wyatt.
Yeah, I look over at Harper, like, Harper, he said Mom, not Harper. And yeah,
She's a 2-year-old little diva. She's just,
she
just
never
like
went
you.
and helped him, okay? so the record's straight. She
no.
kept winging while Mama went to go assist.
I know. It's hilarious. It's so funny. It's so nice to know though that she's just like you.
Yeah.
That's a good
She
thing.
is she's super good. It's
She'll
just
never
funny.
do
She's-
anything wrong because you would be
she
crushed
hates
if you
getting
got in trouble.
She hates getting in trouble.
I know.
She will cry before she tells the truth because she knows she's already in trouble, but she's trying to cover it up. It's like, honey, I saw you do it. Yeah, I hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. So apologize. Go sit in the corner. We'll be done. She cried when she's in the corner.
Such a cutie
I
pie.
know. She's a sweetie.
She's adorable.
I need another year because I feel Wyatt. He's good. I think he's gonna be a great kid. You know,
Harper
all
is
that-
too.
Harper is too. She's just that in that
Different.
weird limbo. That's like I don't get it.
She's an old soul.
Yeah, our coup
She's just-
for Alpha is because our dog. We're gonna take him to the lake with us, but the kids were like off the rails. Harper was just no. I'm gonna wait for Dad. We're not doing that. I'm not eating
Dad
breakfast.
was gone this weekend fishing. On
Yeah,
a fishing
and
trip.
so they were sick of me and my rules. And I don't know. So they were staging a coup, and Ruger was like beside himself because Ruger, he's so funny. He's like the pecking order dog. He knows where he is in line, and the kids should know too. And he's trying to protect the kids from me because I don't know what he's thinking I'm going to do to them. But so he was.
Don't feed him again, Mom.
Super bajiggity. It's like I'm not taking you because I cannot handle these two monsters. And I don't know.
3 days for Dad to be gone is too long.
I know, it's a long time. We
It's
did
a
have
long
a good
time for
time though.
little
They
kids.
did really good. They helped me water the flowers and dug some holes that Dad hasn't found yet. But it's great. It'll be fun. A little surprise for him.
Well, I was thinking actually of Harper when there was a study. I wrote it down so that I would read this to you properly. Because it's funny that now that you have this whole picture of this 2-year-old.
2 going on 12.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was a study done. This is a real thing. Real news. There was a study that was done, and they wanted to know what percentage of people felt that they could win a fight with an animal.
Oh.
And it was very specific. Okay, so I'm just going to read it to you. 6% of women, 7% of men believe they could beat a grizzly bear in a fight. 6% of women, 7% of women believe they could beat a lion in a fight.
Those are some tough
8% of women, 10% of men believe they could beat an elephant in a fight. Oh, let me back up. Unarmed. You are
Elephants
unarmed.
are fast. They might be big, but
They're big. How you gonna do that?
You're gonna be smushed.
There's more.
There's some tough chicks.
8% of women, 11% of men believe they could beat an alligator. Unarmed.
No.
In a fight.
I don't mess with that.
Last one. 10% of women, 12% of men believe they could beat a kangaroo. Unarmed.
Dude, I'm thinking like a
In a fight.
bobcat. I could be a
Here's-
bobcat probably.
I'm just thinking, I can beat any of them.
I'd have to be armed though.
I said, hey, you scratched me.
See, I need like
No,
a stick.
I just want to know who are these women.
Bitch. Okay, I'm unarmed. I've got no.
No. I want to know who these women are.
Some bit. I bet they're Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
She'll take a kangaroo on. I don't know. Dude, no.
I think it's all the same woman. I mean, that 8%, I think they said yes. But what kind of, I just don't know. I don't know.
Those are some big animals.
I can't even, we've got, speaking of stray children and stray animals, and we've got this great big humongous stray cat that it's the one that's living under the deck there.
He still is?
He's still there. Well, he's been running around, and I finally moved the bricks. It's like, let him have his home back. Why do we care?
Right, who cares?
So he's still out there, and I saw him out there last night. I went out to do something, and I came, and I saw him, and I did the little kitty.
The funny thing about this cat is there used to be a bunny that lived under there. Mom just thought the bunny was getting bigger and bigger. Then she realized the cat was in there.
Yeah.
And there's no bunny in there anymore.
No.
It was pretty funny when she realized it was finally a cat.
I
know.
know.
No longer
It
you.
ate the bunny. I know.
Yeah.
I know. And what happened was it like, because I was looking and because I was cleaning off the deck or whatever. I think I was working on plants. And then you kind of look down and there's, just that little space in between the deck boards, And I thought, I saw a flash of something and I thought, well, what is that? And I looked down and I'm looking really close and all of a sudden I realized it was eyes.
Oh my God.
I know. And I was like, ah! Woo! That was creepy.
Yeah. Just about as bad as a cat in my drawer, just saying.
Yeah. Stray cats. What you do? All right. All right, let's see. What? Gosh, we're just all over the place, aren't we?
Yeah,
but
sorry.
That's all right. We had a lot of people ask what our opinion was on the masks, and and I think the reason that people ask us, I still say this, I think we were the first quilt shop or people to put out the video of how to make the masks, and I think we talked about the masks a lot, and I know a lot of people that found us because of the masks, and we're certainly no experts at all, but it is kind of funny that, or not funny, but our very first video that we did back in March of last year, we explained that, and this was before I think even the CDC was coming on board and saying things, but we explained the basics that my mask protects you and your mask protects me. Just remember that's the whole thing. And that's why we always wore a mask all the time, and we're not appreciative of the people who would not, because it's really just a respect thing, right? That I want to make sure that you feel protected from me. And it's not, maybe I'm not afraid of you, but I want to make sure that I'm keeping my germs to myself. And that's what the mask was always about, is keeping my germs to myself. And that's why now that we have been vaccinated, received both of our vaccinations, went through the 2 weeks afterwards, the idea is that I no longer have to protect you from me because I'm vaccinated. So that's why we don't have to wear masks. But if you're not vaccinated, you should, because again, you're protecting other people from your germs. Because it is still possible. I think it's like 92%. If you've had both of your vaccinations, you are 92% protected.
Sure.
8 out of 10 might still contract something. So that's the other thing too, is that it's important for everybody to know that it's a personal decision. Some people who have had both of their vaccinations are still wearing their masks out in public. Some people are still careful with social distancing, and I think that you just have to do what you want to do. But I do think that it is important for people who have not been vaccinated. I think that they need to, and that's why the CDC keeps saying, you just have to be honest about it and, wear your mask if you haven't been, and that's what's going to help keep everybody safe. But I don't know.
And I think that, too, I thought from the beginning, too, it's just a respect thing.
It is. It just be nice.
Yeah. And now that it's summer,
just be nice.
And the weather is a lot better, everyone's outside, and you get the fresh air, people's windows are open, it might be different. I mean, it's different from being bundled up and huddled inside a small place because you're cold or, any of that. So I think things will get better anyways. And
we're really glad to not wear. We're not wearing the masks here in the shop, and we have a sign on the door that says, "If you've not been vaccinated, please wear one." And we're hoping.
Or
that
if you're uncomfortable,
do you still want to wear one?
It's all good.
We support everybody in whatever, and we're finding. What do you think? Probably half of the customers are still wearing masks. We're all whatever.
And it's just because, and they're vaccinated even, and I just feel like I still want to be protected because there's people at home. I'm at that certain age. I just don't want to take any gambles. And it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. We just have to, my thing too is I keep thinking, gosh, when flu season comes up, it's going to be nice to be able to say, wait. Now that everybody has been through this whole pandemic thing, just to understand when you've got germs and you're not quite feeling right, you think it might be a cold, might be the flu, I'm not really sure, put your mask on.
Just cover up.
Put your mask on when you go to the store. It's just nice for everyone. Keep your germs to yourself, and that's all it is. So, I don't know. The germaphobe in me, glad that people have now figured out hand washing and masks and don't touch that.
That's crazy.
I know, I like it.
All in all, just be nice to everybody.
Yeah, I think that our people are. Don't
I think they are.
I think we've got super nice people. Yeah, so we're all good. All right. Let's see. So two quick things, two last little things. somebody had asked.
Your microwave bowl holder.
Yeah, because people were asking, graduation is coming up. And so there's a lot of seniors and, and people keep asking, well, what's a really fast quilt that I can make as a graduation gift? My go-to quilt is always a t-shirt quilt, just something you only have to put 2 or 3 in there. And the wood pile that we did, you just need a couple of kind of cool fabrics to put in there. That's a nice project. But this is the best thing, absolutely the best thing. And this is our microwave bowl holder, and this pattern has been around for forever, and I even mentioned that in the patterns. Like, I don't even know who the first person was. This is just my version if you feel like you really need to follow a pattern, but I don't know that you do. And so we give you the directions, and my favorite recipe is on it. But if you don't, it's just darts. There's just the 4 darts in there, and we start with a 10-inch square. You can do it bigger if you want to, but we like the 10-inch squares. And if you're doing it for a college student, what they are, if you don't know, is you put your bowl in there so that when you put it in the microwave to make your top ramen or heat up your chili or whatever it is, when you take it out, your bowl isn't hot.
Right. You can just pick it up by your hands.
And then you can just pop it in the washer and the dryer. They wash perfectly, and they're great. And so what you can do when somebody, if you know what college they're going to, you don't have to do the college fabric. And the reason that I mentioned that is we just did a video that posted on Monday that was about the different types of fabrics. And you have to be kind of careful because sometimes the college fabric, it might have a little bit of polyester in it. It might be a blend. Because when you are doing the microwave bowls, the most important thing is that you use 100% cotton. Cotton fabric, cotton thread, cotton batting, cotton everything, and it's not going to ignite in the microwave. If there's any polyester in there, you will get sparks and possibly even flames. So you don't want that. So, but what you can do is, if you just know the colors, if it's, a cougar, it could be gray and burgundy. So just pick the colors. It doesn't necessarily have to be college fabric. But the other thing that I always warn everybody is that if you've made 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, and you've sent these off with this college student, be prepared.
Their friends are going to want some.
Oh my gosh. Hundreds of them. So it's oftentimes good. I mean, you can either say, let me know, or you can just do it and everything is great, or you can say they're $5 or whatever. You can open a little business, but
or bring some tough college boys and say, you come do yard work, I'll give them to you. Right.
Or the Nana in you, send a couple of them with a can of chili. Yeah. So anyway, so that's my best, and because I had emailed somebody back and said, oh gosh,
super
microwave bowl hold, and do like 7, or enough that when they're doing their laundry,
because they can do it if they
once a
brought food home from the weekend, good food they want to reheat.
Yeah,
it just makes it super easy.
But the person that had emailed said, what is that? I don't know of anybody who doesn't know what they are. That's what they are. So I said to her, oh, we're going to show that on Wednesday.
They're super. Robert really likes them, because he doesn't want to hold them.
We have a big stack of them, and ice cream. Your bowl of ice cream.
Too cold, too hot.
Also, yeah.
Super cool.
The other video that we are just suggesting is the Kumihimo. This was one that Eliza and I did.
It's good for a road trip if you guys are planning on going on a little road trip.
Keeping the kids busy in the car. And not just kids. The kids like it, but I like it too, this one. I mean, if you have some weird stuff, if you're doing a cord for a purse, or there's all kinds of things that you can do, but it's, bracelets or whatever you'd like. So that's the other one. And then the other thing that we're doing is, because we're still doing our Friday box opening, of course, and then we added the Wednesday box opening, because that way we have a little more time so that we can add the clearance fabric, which was super fun. Kind of nice to clear out some stuff and make some room. But the other thing we're doing is we're going to show you some of the samples. We have all kinds of quilts that we make. And it might just be a quilt top that we made super quick, to do a video or in a class or to showcase a fabric, and now we no longer have that fabric left. The class is over with. And so if you're already a quilter and you know that you can just slap a back on that, you might find a quilt top for $20, or Maybe it's a finished quilt, same thing. We have some big ones, we have some little ones, but we'll actually hold some of them up so you can see. But there's a section on our website that, are you yawning?
No.
You need a spanking.
No. Right? No. No.
But there's a section on our website, right? Where they
Yes.
click on samples.
You can click shop online, and then there is a quilt sale button just below, I think, fabrics. And then there is, you can scroll to the very bottom of our homepage. There's another button you can click. But yeah, if you click shop online, look for quilts for sale. And there's also other things. There's some bags. I think my bags might be gone. There were bags.
The bags
aprons.
sell quickly, but
There were other things on
we
there.
have other areas of the shop to clean, and we have other random things that we can just... It's kind of a funny thing because we'll make a sample and then we hang it near the fabric and near the pattern or whatever, and then we sell all of that fabric because they want it to look just like that. So then we keep the pattern, the sample hanging there because we still have the pattern to sell. And then all day long, do you have that fabric? No. Do you have that fabric? No. Why do you have that hanging there if you don't have that fabric? Because we want you to buy the pattern. So anyway, we'll sell some of those and get rid of those and do some fun sewing. Yeah. Oh, and this is on the fly. So this is a migrating geese, and we're doing this as a Zoom, one of the Zoom classes. I think we have 5 Zoom classes. I think it is next Tuesday, the 25th. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. And I think there's still room in that. So this is a fun one. And the way that we've been doing the Zoom classes, if you've not done a Zoom class yet, we'll send you a link. You link, and then Brianna goes through a little tutorial of how to participate. You can do it on your phone, on your computer, whatever. You can sew along with us if you'd like to, because we're going to send you a little email, and the little email will say what things you should have pre-cut. Or just watch, because then when we're done, we save it as a video and we email that video to you, so you can watch it again and again and again, as many times as you want to. So the Zoom classes are kind of fun, and I think there was 5 new ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, log cabin.
I think there's still room.
We're going to show you different things about, so strip piece log cabin, but how to make it curved, kind of wonky. Cool. It's cool, different. It's not just a basic log cabin class. So if you feel like you like the log cabin, but you feel like you want to jazz it up, there's that one. The on the fly. What else did we do? You're doing a machine embroidery basics for the single needle. And it's really just lecture. So if you... And showing, and demonstrating, just some really cool ideas. Tips. And so a demonstration and lecture. So bring those questions. I sew on a FOF machine, but I believe machine embroidery it transfers either direction. But if you have specific questions about your specific machine, I may or may not be able to help you. Because again, I know about FOF machines, but a baby lock, a Bernina. The class is more going to be about hooping, technique, stabilizers, what kind of thread, what kind of needles, different, all of the fun little. So some of those machine embroidery. We cannot think of anything else. I don't remember what the other ones are. Fun ones. Things that are we think about constantly. I don't know. Ones that people have asked for. Yeah. So that's what they are. It'll be fun. Then, they're all good. And the other thing too, and I think we mentioned this before, the retreats. There are spots left only in the summer garden one. It's July, and it's going to be a super fun one that just opened up. Those spots that are available, but. We're doing a color class, a strip piecing class, a focus block class, all to make this one quilt. We do a winery tour, and we're doing the rose garden. Yeah, all of your food, everything provided. So we have and even if you decide, I don't have time to make one more quilt or whatever, if you want to just come and just bring the projects you're working on. We do yoga in the morning. Yeah, and we'll help you with whatever you're working on. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, you've got us from 8 to 4 every day. I think we've mentioned that we've had scrapbookers come to our retreats. Yeah. I don't want to sew. Fun. I just want to come and hang out with you guys. Yeah. Come hang out, eat your food, go on the excursions. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And make a big mess. Scrapbookers are messy. Oh my gosh, paper everywhere. Yeah. But that's okay. So it's fun. So if you feel like, I don't have time to start something new, or I have to finish this for an anniversary party, I don't know, whatever. But whatever you want to work on. And email us if you have questions about it. But there's, I think there's 2 spots left maybe, but that'll fill up quickly. Yes, and that's the July one. Where's that one? Where's
Yeah.
that from?
And then somebody else had asked about the food, and if you are keto, that's okay. If you are vegan, that's okay. They can live happily together.
Yes.
But keto people, do not use your cheese tongs
Yes.
on a cauliflower. Some vegan people are very serious about no cheese, no butter, no meat.
Yeah.
And
And
we're
we-
okay. We respect all of
And
that.
we have all tongs to go around everything Yeah, else,
we're-
but we're tiny.
we're supportive.
We
of
do a lot
whatever.
of build your own stuff. So you are capable
Yeah.
of lots of veggies, a little bit of meat, or a lot of
Yeah.
meat, little veggies. Whatever it is to you.
Build
is-
your own taco bar, build your own salad bar, build your own sandwich.
Makes
build
it
your own.
clean and easy.
Yeah, because there's always somebody who can't have dairy, somebody who can't have sugar. So it's
Yeah.
not really, it's a sit-down meal, but not, it's more
Yeah. A family style.
build your,
Yeah.
build your own.
So it's super fun. And
All right.
if all else fails, you have your own private fridge, condo cooking. So if you feel like, no, I really need to cook what I cook, or I have to bring extra things that need to be refrigerated,
Yep, you're all good.
we're super chill.
We are super chill.
It doesn't matter. Whatever you need.
Bless your heart.
What can I say?
You need something special? Well, bless your heart.
There's a grocery store, 2 blocks.
Bye-bye. No.
Whatever you need.
We don't mean that.
It's fun.
All right, you
All
guys.
right.
Okay, well, have a great day, and
Yeah.
gosh, we'll see you tonight,
Yes.
5 o'clock, for some new stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
See you later.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.